Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneur's Wealth Channel, the information channel dedicated to entrepreneurs, successful and aspiring people. Remember that immersing yourself in the right training and practicing the right action is the key to your success. In this video we talk about Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill's success-oriented personal growth book. Create an alliance of minds that work in collaboration, realize your desire for wealth. The author, writer, essayist, American-born into poverty in 1883, Napoleon Hill is one of the first authors of the literary genre dedicated to personal success. His most famous book is Think and Grow Rich, which sold 30 million copies in the original edition. What the mind can conceive and believe it can do is one of Napoleon Hill's most famous phrases. Andrew Carnegie's secret: failure punishes those who fear failure. What do George Parker, William Wrigley and Frank Woolworth have in common? The fact that all three knew the secret of success. The first was a teacher who was tired of repairing his pupils' pens, invented a new fountain pen and founded Parker. The second was a traveling salesman. When he noticed that his customers were not very interested in his products and much in the chewing gum he gave away, he created his own chewing gum company. The third worked in a department store, understood the power of fixed price sales and created a chain of convenience stores. George Parker, William Wrigley and Frank Woolworth are just some of the characters who, with their stories, have helped outline what we can define as Andrew Carnegie's secret, named after the multimillionaire founder of the American steel industry. Success and all the riches that come with it originate from a specific idea, that it is possible for Carnegie to achieve it. Success comes to those who are aware of it, and failure punishes those who are intimidated by the fear of failure. It is important to learn the art of changing your mental attitude to move from fear of failure to awareness of success. An example is offered by Henry Ford, when he decided to put the famous 8 engine into production. Ford clashed hard with his engineers who thought it impossible to merge an 8-cylinder engine into a single block. The industrialist forced them to do it, to carry on until they succeeded. It took months, but we all know how it ended. Henry Ford was a man of success because he understood and applied principles to know what you want to achieve, to have confidence in your ability to achieve it, to persist until the goal is achieved. One of the most common causes of failure is abandoning the game when a defeat occurs. From the stories of some of the country's brightest and most famous people, it's clear that success often comes just one step beyond the point where all seems lost. Many great entrepreneurs could have stopped and never discovered that victory was at hand, just around the corner. Wealth comes when you define a goal clearly. Wealth arises from a state of mind, from the clarity with which a purpose is defined. One must understand how to conquer the psychological condition that will attract wealth. It's all a matter of perspective and habit. You have to get used to the fact that thoughts are real things. It is no coincidence that psychologists say that when a person is really ready for something, this thing takes shape. One of the major weaknesses of the average individual is overfamiliarity with the word impossible. The method that allows your desire for wealth to materialize is developed in 6 well-defined phases. First, determine the exact amount of money you want. It's not enough just to say I want lots of money. Second, you can't get something without giving anything back. Decide exactly what you are going to give up. Third, set a specific date by which you want to get hold of that money. Fourth, create a specific plan and start putting it into action immediately. Fifth, now write everything down. What is the sum you intend to obtain and within how long do you want to reach it? What will you give in return? The details of the detailed plan that will allow you to accumulate such wealth. Sixth, put a copy of your written pledge where you can see it often, and read this document aloud twice a day before bed and in the morning upon waking. As you read it, concentrate and imagine that you already have that money. It is important to follow these instructions to the letter. The goal is to really want that money and become so determined to have it that you convince yourself that you can get hold of it. You will not get noticeable results without activating the subconscious with thoughts backed by deep conviction. Words, if they are not accompanied by emotions, fail to do so. Repeating these statements coincides with giving orders to your subconscious and is the only method to voluntarily develop the emotion of faith, understood as an absolute belief that you can do a certain thing. Self-confidence is a state of mind that you can achieve through self-suggestion. An effective exercise to build it is to focus on these reflections. I know that I can achieve the main goal of my life. I therefore demand for myself constant action towards it and I undertake to undertake it. I realize that my dominant thoughts will become action and progressively transform into reality. Consequently, I will focus my thoughts for 30 minutes a day, mentally visualizing the person I intend to become. In this way, he will develop a very precise mental image in my mind. Based on the principle of autosuggestion, I know that whatever desire I cultivate persistently in my mind, I will find a way to realize it in reality. I will therefore devote 10 minutes a day to demanding for myself the development of confidence in my abilities. There are two types of imagination: creative and synthesized. Imagination is the laboratory where all plans come to life. The imaginative faculty is of two types. The synthesized one uses experiences, education and observation as starting material, while the creative one allows one to receive an elaborate intuitions and inspirations. The receiving radio, through which ideas, plans and thoughts appear to the creative imagination, is the so-called sixth sense. That attention only works when the conscious part of the mind is motivated. Science hasn't fully discovered the sixth sense mechanism yet, but that doesn't matter. The fact remains that human beings do indeed receive insightful knowledge through sources other than the physical senses. Generally speaking, this knowledge is received when the mind is influenced by an extraordinary stimulation, called the mastermind method, i.e., surround yourself with brilliant minds to enrich your thinking ability. Knowledge helps to produce money only if it is organized and directed through specific plans towards this goal. To be able to turn your desire into hard cash, you will first need to acquire specialist knowledge of the product, service, or professional activity you intend to offer. You establish. So level is the kind of knowledge needed, and for what purpose? Remember that there is not only your knowledge, that knowledge can be acquired through collaboration in what is called the alliance of brains. Higher minds composed of two or more people working in full harmony to achieve a common goal. The human brain is like an electric battery. It's like a group of batteries that generates more energy than just one. Those who surround themselves with gifted employees develop more energy and create enormous potential. This is the principle of the mastermind, called Brain Alliance. The first step in building this powerful alliance is establishing the benefits you can offer group members in exchange for their cooperation. No one is willing to work forever without some reward. Bring the mastermind group together at least twice a week, more often if possible, until you have fine-tuned the plan necessary to achieve the goal of earning a specific amount of money. When selecting party members, choose those who don't accept defeat. If and when this arrives, it should be seen as a signal that the plan is not the goal is wrong. Then review it and get back to work. There is no room for those who give up driving a mastermind. You need a leader. You will have to master the main characteristics, which are these: courage based on deep knowledge of yourself and your work. Self-control. Those who cannot control themselves cannot manage others. Deep sense of justice to obtain and maintain the respect of collaborators. Great determination. Successful leaders have to plan and execute their plans. Habit of doing more than one's duty. You must be willing to do more than you ask of others. Empathy and spirit of understanding. Mastery of details. Effective leadership presupposes obsessive mastery of one's job. Willingness to take full responsibility. If one of your coworkers makes a mistake, you have to accept that it's your fault. Failure is caused by a combination of fears and indecisions. The study of more than 25,000 people of both sexes who have experienced failure reveals that lack of determination is the primary cause of failure. Other items topping the list are lack of purpose in life, low ambition, lack of self-discipline, and a tendency to procrastinate. Alongside these causes, fear occupies a special place. There are 6 great fears of misery: criticism, illness, loss of love, old age, and death, magnified by indecision. The 6 great fears translate into a state of worry, a ballast that will prevent you from expressing your potential. Free yourself from the fear of death by deciding to accept it for what it is, an inescapable event. Eliminate the fear of old age by deciding to experience it not as a handicap, but as a blessing that brings with it wisdom, self-control, and understanding. Conquer the fear of losing love by deciding to go on living without love. If you really have to, you will overcome your fear of criticism by deciding not to worry about what other people think, do, or say. Overcome the fear of disease by deciding to forget the symptoms, and drive away the fear of poverty by deciding to consciously accept the wealth you manage to accumulate. Conquer worry in all its forms, and thanks to this decision, composure, tranquility, and serenity will come. The inability to persevere is a major cause of failure. The quitter never wins and the winner never quits. Write this sentence in large letters on a piece of paper and put it where you can see it every night before you go to sleep and every morning when you get up. Repetition is key to success. The inability to persevere is a major cause of failure. Thinking about this, it is clear that applying the rules sporadically is not enough to obtain results. You will have to apply all the rules consistently until they become a habit. Perseverance is a psychological condition, therefore it can be cultivated by acting on these levers. Have a clear and well-defined purpose. Feeling a sincere and deep desire, Having confidence in one's means, having well-defined plans, possessing in-depth knowledge, empathy, understanding and spirit of collaboration, willpower, habit. If you ask the first 100 people you meet on the street what they want most in their life, 98 of them would not be able to answer. Now that you know the meat secret that it won't be like this for you, put a well-defined purpose at the center of your desires. Get to know every detail of the plan that will lead you to achieve it. Convince yourself that you are capable of winning. You must overcome the fear of failure by replacing it with the certainty of success. Persevere until success. The secret is all here. It's all a matter of perspective, and habit, and successes are nothing but sighting shots. No, it doesn't necessarily mean no, rather not right now. You absolutely must make positive emotions the dominant forces in your mind. Power is essential to the accumulation of wealth. Plans are useless without sufficient power to turn them into action. Ideas are the starting point of all great riches, which are therefore products of the imagination to be remembered. The possibility of becoming rich depends only on you. Have a clear goal defined in detail and apply yourself to its achievement with determination and perseverance. From your approach to things, your subconscious mind can be a great ally if you know how to educate it. For this, it is necessary to follow the rules and be constant. Identifying the necessary skills and the people who possess them is a key factor for success. You must be a leader capable of inspiring his collaborators and guiding you in the right direction and motivation. If the video was helpful, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You won't miss the next training videos to achieve your financial success. Thanks for watching.